Chief Executive candidate Leung Chun-ying today denied any intention to hide a possible conflict of interest in a West Kowloon design competition 10 years ago. He made the denial before a Legislative Council Select Committee probing conflict of interest allegations. Meanwhile, more comments today from former Executive Council members about Henry Tang's claim that Leung suggested using riot police in 2003 to deal with anti-Article 23 legislation demonstrators. Elmy Leung reports.
Accompanied by his lawyer, Leung Chun-ying told legislators that official documents in the 2003 West Kowloon Reclamation Concept Plan competition stated that there was no linkage between the contest and the actual project. He said claims that his company could potentially benefit from the project is simply inaccurate. He also pointed to vague wording in the declaration form.
So if someone asks me, CY, do you have any company interest, whether company directorship or shareholding, I would of course say yes. But if you ask me, CY, is there a company that you are the director or shareholder, and that there is conflict of interest with the West Kowloon plan competition? Now, with the knowledge I had at the time, that is on the 5th of February 2002, I would say no.
He said he puts down on the declaration form that he was not a director or major shareholder of any company because he thought that they were talking about companies linked to the competition. In his written statement, Leung said he telephoned a staff member of TDZ before he filled in the form to check if TDZ had recently done or was in the course of doing any jobs in relation to the West Kowloon reclamation. He was told that there was no such record. Now, 10 years later, Leung said he cannot recall which member of staff told him that. Legislators asked if checking by a mere phone call was dealing with the matter too lightly, to which Leung replied that he only had 2 days to fill in the form. The West Kowloon affair is only one of the allegations against Leung that might hurt his chances in Sunday's election. His rival Henry Tang claims that Leung said in a 2003 confidential meeting that riot police should be deployed to control protesters against national security legislation. Former Executive Councillor Yao In-keun said yesterday that he didn't recall Leung ever saying that, and today another member of the former cabinet said he doesn't remember if Leung ever said that. Today, another former EXCO member, James Tan, said he cannot remember whether Leung ever said that. Tan said it was much debated in the community then whether riot police or even the People's Liberation Army should be deployed to control the protesters. He said he's acquainted with Henry Tang and he therefore tends to believe Tang's words. Regina Ip, who was Secretary Security at the time, said today that there was never any mention of deployment of riot police. We only have the police tactical units. There is no such thing as a riot police squad in the police force, so this could only have been made up by those who don't understand police work, she says. She added that it would be impossible to mobilize the PLA troops because the soldiers are trained to handle defense matter, not law and order in the community. James Tan also revealed today that the central government's liaison office have called some election committee members, trying to persuade them to vote for Leung Chun-ying in Sunday's election. The Pang Democrats CE candidate Albert Ho said mainland officials are undermining the one country, two systems concept by putting pressure on election committee members. Elmy Leung, TVB News.